Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. We have video number 1 of 2 for you right now. Make sure you guys are here tonight for video number 2 as we wrap up the entire day and see what's happened from now up until later on. We are obviously looking forward to tomorrow night where Chelsea do play Brighton. It's finally going to go down. This is more than a pre-season friendly. For me, this is the Champions League final. So we're gonna see how that one goes tomorrow night. But as for today, starting off with video number 1, we are going to kick off with Brighton. But before we do, I want to make sure I let you guys know that if you haven't already, make sure you do hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. To be notified of all content popping off on here and talking about extra content, hit the socials. They are on screen right now. Links are in the description. Instagram at Younes Talks Football, Twitter at Talks Football, and TikTok at Younes Talks Football. So make sure you follow on all of those. Much appreciated. Let's get cracking. Last night's video, which you can catch right here if you didn't watch it already. I'll leave a link. We spoke about Caicedo. And today we've got news on Caicedo. Now, this came out very late last night. Funnily enough, last night, and that video that I've just referred you to, I uploaded, and it was uploaded late, mainly because of battery issues. I had to charge my battery in order to get this recorded. So it went extensively longer than I would have thought in terms of releasing. It was close to midnight when I put it out. And what happened? Even at that time, 5 minutes later, 5 minutes... Once again, I can't win. 5 minutes later, we get news. Big news. Which I'm going to show you now. We're going to kick off with it because it has to be covered. But I don't know why. You know, I thought it was only Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein that were always waiting until I uploaded and then 5-10 minutes later they come out with a bombshell. Well, join the party, Ben Jacobs. Here it is. Moises Caicedo has told De Zerbi and some members of Brighton's hierarchy directly he wants to leave. More tomorrow. Chelsea haven't placed a third bid yet. Brighton, look. We can either do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. Simple as that. We've been trying to warn you about if you decide to go down the hard way. If you want to do this the hard way, we are going to tell you, and we have been telling you, we are going to continue to tell you that if you don't want to listen to what we have to say or what we have to offer, and you don't want to do a deal because you think Caicedo is Declan Rice value, well, cool. We'll wait for Caicedo to hand in his transfer request. It's as simple as that. Because once you have a player that's unhappy and wants to leave, we all know you're not going to keep him. You're just not. So you're going to take 80 million and you're going to say thank you very much and you're going to leave and you're going to give us the player. And you're not going to take Levi Colwill because like we've discussed yesterday, he's not for sale. I might as well make a t-shirt with Colwell's face on it saying he's not for sale. Not for sale. Colwill and then not for sale. And then, you know, flog that off to all the Brighton lot. Honestly. The third bit isn't coming yet. And I would advise Chelsea to not put it in yet. Yeah, I know. I'm frustrated about how long this is going on for. And even now, I'm saying, no, Chelsea, don't do it yet. Wait. Why? Wait for this to marinate. Wait for it to marinate a little longer. Wait for things to get a little bit crazy in between them. Wait for things to get a little toxic. And then we'll come to the rescue. You have a problem, we'll provide the solution. Here's 80 million. Give us the player. Brighton will then be more than likely to go... Okay. Okay. That's it. End of it. End of the saga. And you know what? Look, we play Brighton tomorrow. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Caicedo plays. And if there's going to be any development up until tomorrow night. Maybe tonight into tomorrow, we get a breakthrough. Maybe, you know? So let's wait and see what happens. But Ben Jacobs did say that there would be more tomorrow, which means today. Because this was revealed, like I said earlier on, late last night at midnight. So today, I'm guessing we're expecting more news from Ben Jacobs. So when that does come later tonight, I will be mentioning it and we will go over it and we will see what's going on. So that's the latest on Caicedo. Nizar Kinsella gives us an update on Caicedo, and this could be where things are leading to. So here it is. Chelsea continue to weigh up an increased £18 million bid for Moises Caicedo. Conor Gallagher could leave to make room for Caicedo and the next generation of Chelsea midfielders, as Tottenham and West Ham are both interested in him. That's going to be interesting. And it makes sense if, and I say if, and this decision can only be made, I think, after maybe another couple pre-season games, including Brighton tomorrow night, which is Caicedo, Santos. Yeah, Gabriel, but Gabriel isn't a 6 or a DM or a central midfielder. So in that aspect, we're only looking at Caicedo and we're looking at Santos. If those two impress high enough, then yes, absolutely. We get Caicedo, we have Enzo, we let go of Gallagher, we have Caicedo and Santos who stick around, we'll be well covered. But it depends on Caicedo and Santos during this pre-season. Like I've always said, they need to prove themselves. So far they have, they need to keep it going. We need to see them against top opposition. Brighton, with all due respect, are decent opposition, and the same will be applied for Dortmund and the other games that we have this pre-season. So let's wait and see. And if things work out, then obviously yes, Gallagher can definitely head off to Tottenham or to West Ham. And to be honest, even Tottenham, I'm actually not bothered. I'm worried about our midfield and what we have, and as long as it gets stronger, that's all I'm bothered about. So let's see. Now, talking about Santos and talking about Nizar Kinsella with the latest updates, he gives us this. Mauricio Pochettino is impressed by André Santos and is increasingly considering keeping him at the club next season. Chelsea executives have high hopes for Santos and believe he is ready. However, the final decision rests with Pochettino, who wants to look at a host of his young stars before deciding whether or not they are ready for Chelsea's first team. I love this for multiple reasons. One, the Chelsea executives have done their homework and they believe that he's ready. 2, the final decision isn't going to come from them. It's coming from Pochettino. It's coming from the manager. And 3, this supports what we've been seeing on the training ground in pre-season, which is Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart with Pochettino at all times. You can see the collaboration. You can see from a sporting perspective that they are there. They are present. And we lack that. Under Marina, we lacked that. We didn't have that. We didn't have a sporting director. We just had her as a director. You know, the furthest, the closest, that we had to that was Michael Emenalo. And that was now a few years ago. That was a while ago, right? And then he left. Since that point, we only had Marina. And I don't think there was anyone from the boardroom on a sporting level, on a footballing level, that was there present with the manager and the first team. You could argue Petr Cech became that, but for what? 1-2 seasons, tops. You know? So, and he's not even experienced in the role. He was more of like an apprentice getting into the role. He was an advisor. He wasn't even a director. So, that's a performance advisor. So that's the thing. Now we've got 2 actual sporting directors working together as a unit, coming to the first team, coming with Pochettino, collaborating, getting all the information, witnessing, analysing, and being able to make sporting decisions and recommendations, and allowing the manager to have the final say. Perfect. Perfect structure. Perfect. We've been needing this structure. So thank goodness. And this is where, look, we have to say, this is where I begin to think that the owners are beginning to correct their errors and their initial mistakes that they made. We're starting to see some good signs now on all fronts. So let's hope it continues. One point to further that is if you see the clip of there was Nicholas Jackson after the game against Wrexham going down the tunnel and going into the dressing room, and there's Paul Winstanley, Lawrence Stewart, Pochettino and Eghbali all outside, and he goes and he shakes hands with everyone, goes into the dressing room. Pochettino shakes hands with Eghbali, has a little chat, and then goes into the dressing room. No one else goes into the dressing room. Great, finally. Eghbali didn't go in, the directors didn't go in, no one went in, they stayed outside. Pochettino went inside and that was it, and that's how it should be. Leave the dressing room alone. I'm saying, if they've learned from their mistakes, you have to give the credit, and hopefully it's not done again. So let's wait and see how it's all going to shape and pan out. Now, talking about shaping and panning out and people that don't want to do that, we're talking about people that learn from their mistakes. There's this one geezer that doesn't. This guy. Romelu Lukaku has once again said no to an offer from Al Hilal, who are willing to pay Chelsea 50 million euros for the unsettled striker. I don't get this guy. I don't get this guy, man. What do you want? At this point, look, what do you want? You wanted Inter Milan? You blew it with them. They've thrown you to the side. They have thrown you into the dirt. Yeah, they have kicked you to the curb. Any sort of expression of you being dismissed is applicable right now. They have absolutely wiped their hands clean off you. Yeah, and so have their fans, much like us. But we're stuck, so we've got to sort our hands out now. But Inter Milan have done what we've wanted to do for a while. So Inter Milan, that's not happening. Juventus, apparently you went behind Inter Milan's back to have an affair with Juventus, right? And now they've thrown you away because they're keeping hold of their striker, it seems. It doesn't look like Vlahovic is heading anywhere now, does it? That's gone silent. And because that's gone silent, if they don't get rid of Vlahovic, they ain't getting a striker. Which means that Lukaku to Juve is dead as well, right? That's not happening as of right now. It might happen later, you never know. But we haven't really got time. We got to get rid of this guy. So right now, Juventus is also looking unlikely. The one place that is looking like they are going, we want him, we don't care, get him, is Habibi. The Saudis, Al Hilal, they're offering to pay 50 million euros, but you don't understand. Chelsea wouldn't even accept. Chelsea wouldn't even have to pick up the phone. Like, they would just be like, oh, Al Hilal, call him. It's a done deal. Send him. We don't even need to hear what their offer is. Send him. It's done. That's a brilliant offer. 50 million euros. But Lukaku wants to stay in Europe. Doesn't want to go to Saudi. Even though right now it's the only option. So what do you want to do? Do you want to stay at Chelsea? The club that you clearly do not want to be at. And we want to be honest, we don't want him either. So what do you do? What are you going to do? You have to... Look, you're not Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime. You're not Messi in his prime. You don't have the options. You don't have... And it's funny because at one point he actually did. And now he's not got any options. You have to decide what is it you're going to do, mate. Are you going to Saudi? Are you staying at Chelsea? This is the thing. If you're staying at Chelsea, mate, you're going to Strasbourg. If it was down to me, you're going to Strasbourg. If worse comes to worse and we actually cannot get rid of this guy, right? You know what? At this point, I would terminate the contract and I would pay the court fee. Screw it. Get him off the wage bill. Even if it meant we lost a case in court, I don't care. At this point, I don't care. We lose 2 or 3 mil in court, not a problem. Yeah? If it means cutting our losses, not a problem. But it means we save £315,000 a week on the wage bill. Terminate his contract if it came to it. Worst comes to worst and we don't want to terminate his contract, send him to Strasbourg. And you know what? I think it's only fair, even though we own the club now, but we can even have like a £10 million fee from Strasbourg to Chelsea just to cover our backs a little bit. Screw it. Let us take some money from here and put it here just to cover our back. Send Lukaku to Strasbourg and he can just stay there until the end of his contract. We'll give him a 1-year deal. That's it. Well, that's it. You know what? That's actually a good way to maybe get out of the contract. If he's got a contract, right, we can do a deal, Strasbourg to buy him, right, for a very cheap fee, 1-year contract. He goes to Strasbourg, runs out his contract, and he's a free agent. Worst comes to worst, we have to start thinking about these things because the geezer does not want to make a decision. And when he had the chance to make a decision, he blew it. He blew it with Inter, now blowing it with Juve. He's already blown it with Chelsea. He doesn't want to go to Saudi, even though it's his only option. What do you want? Unbelievable. This guy, he's one of a kind, this guy, man. He's one of a kind. I've never come across someone like it. My good... But Inter Milan fans were right. He's not even a mercenary. What's the next level of mercenary? Is there something else beyond mercenary? Like, unreal. Anyway. That's latest on Lukaku. Talking about things going left, right and centre, right? And going pear-shaped. Fabrizio Romano himself looks like he's blown something too. He's got something wrong. Yeah, never thought we'd say that. Let's get into it. And it's about Gvardiol. Breaking. Man City and RB Leipzig are now in a difficult situation in the Josko Gvardiol deal. The leak of the news was a big problem as the clubs, especially Leipzig, didn't want to make the price tag public for now. And that's come from Fabrizio. That's his own doing. He had the exclusive. If you remember, a couple of days ago, it was his exclusive that came out and said, Gvardiol to Man City, here we go. And it had exclusive. He was the first one to mention it, even though we know this has been cooking for a while, but he was the first one to come out, exclusive, it's a done deal, here we go. And now it's a difficult situation. Why? It's a difficult situation because Leipzig in particular didn't want this getting out. Because now they know that the market, everyone in the market knows they need a defender, which means they're not going to be getting a defender for the price that they would want. They liked to go under the radar and try and get a replacement in for a cheap fee and then let the Gvardiol news go public. Therefore, they get themselves a decent profit. Or they get some good business done and they get a decent defender. Now, everyone knows they need a defender. Charge them highly because they've just got money for Gvardiol, which means Leipzig now are going to be in a difficult situation, which means that they are now hesitant to get this deal done because they'd rather keep the defender. And this is where it's complex, and it's all because of Fabrizio Romano. Oh, what have you done? What have you done, Fab? What have you done? What have you done? This is the reality of the internet now sometimes, isn't it? This is how news leaks, it gets out and clubs don't like it. This is a clear example, so I don't know what's going to happen now. I'd like to think that the deal still will go through, but there's a chance it might not. There's a chance it might not. Even after we got a here we go and there was an agreement, Leipzig are now hesitant. And I can't blame them. They wanted something to be done in a particular way and it's not done that way. Yeah, it could be curtains. So let's wait and see how this one's going to end up. Let me know your thoughts on this entire deal and Fabrizio's blunder. He's cost the deal here. So let me know in the comments what you think. Now, this is actually some pretty damning news that came out this morning. And yeah, it's only right to share and mention. And I hope everyone involved is okay. Here it is. Gianluigi Donnarumma and his wife were the victims of a violent burglary during which they were both tied up and stripped. The financial damages are estimated at €500,000. The victims, who were tied up, managed to take refuge in a hotel located not far from their home around 3:20 a.m. The staff of the establishment then alerted the police and took care of the couple, who were in shock. The 24-year-old Italian goalkeeper and his partner were taken to hospital for treatment. The perpetrators are still on the run, sending all our love and strength to the Donnarumma family. And yeah, I second that. I hope Gianluigi Donnarumma and his missus are okay. I hope they're not hurt. I think psychologically this is going to affect them for quite some time. Bloody hell. Imagine getting burgled, not just burgled, but tied up and stripped at the same time. I mean, and with your missus. I mean, for her sake, it's already tough, but for his sake as well, I can only imagine. Especially when you look at it from the perspective of you're the man of the house. You're the one that's meant to protect. You're the one that's meant to, you're the one that's to take charge in that sort of situation, and you can't. It's damaging. So I hope they're okay. I hope the shock isn't tough for both of them, and I hope they recover from this. And yeah, the money's not a problem. Let's be honest, the money's not a problem, but it's not about the money. It's about everything else that's involved in the situation, and I hope whodunit gets caught. Simple as that. So love to the Donnarumma family, absolutely, and I hope they're okay. Moving on swiftly to a matter at PSG, and I don't even know if this is true, but I'm going to show you this because this has come from a Real Madrid source, and yeah, I've got one thing to say. PSG are preparing to offer Kylian Mbappe a 10-year contract worth over 1 billion euros. The Emir of Qatar himself has given the green light on the deal. This has come from defensacentral.com, big Real Madrid page. That's why I don't think this is true. I don't think this is true. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. After what's happened with Mbappe, I don't see the Emir of Qatar himself going, yeah, 1 billion, 10-year contract. Not a problem, Habibi. Give it to him. I don't see it. If anything, I think he wants him to suffer after what's happened. There's no way this is legit. And if, big if, as I've said, I don't think it's true, but if it's true, PSG, have you not learned from your first mistake? You gave him the flipping platform at the entire club. You made him bigger than the club. Now you want to make him bigger than France. But this is why I don't think it's true, and I think it's Real Madrid propaganda. coming out to try and make it look like something's going to happen at PSG and to destabilize things even more, and for Real Madrid to come in with an opening that's going to try and save the situation. I don't think this is legit. I don't think so. Let me know your thoughts. A 10-year contract, €1 billion. I bet. Nah, come on, have a day off. Have a day off. Anyway. Let me know your thoughts on that whole saga. It could also be a way for Real Madrid to possibly get the information out. Therefore, it looks like they are the victim of the deal. We can't do a deal. How can we compete with those figures? You know, he stays for an extra year, doesn't actually sign a contract, and then leaves for free. Maybe it's a collaboration between Mbappe and Real Madrid for him to stay one more year and save Real Madrid the money. Maybe. Anyway, let's wait and see what happens, because that saga's gonna, I think, go to deadline day. And I think by deadline day, it will be resolved. So, let's see. Now, to wrap up, big news coming from Saudi. Once again, they don't stop. Al Ahly have booked medical tests for Alan St. Maximin, as deal will be completed after Mahrez. And there we are. St. Maximin going from Saudi club to Saudi club. PIF's Newcastle to PIF's Al Ahly. You know, it's like I said last time, a few videos ago, it's like putting money from one hand into the other hand. There you are. It's basically the same. So, St. Maximin going off to Al Ahly. I'm surprised, because if anything, I thought Newcastle would need to use him more than Al Ahly would. So, if you're owned by the same people, I think that they would see it as, okay, no, that club needs him more. So I'm shocked that it's actually happened. But maybe the player just wants the money and goes to Saudi and wants to heighten the profile over in Saudi. Not a problem. But yeah, Al Ahly now, if I'm not mistaken. Mendy, Firmino, did he sign Al Ahly? I'm losing track of who went where. There's so many. Mahrez and St. Maximin. Unbelievable. So it's only one of the latest to go to Saudi, and there's many more to come. So make sure you guys are here, and I will give you my thoughts on all of that as it goes down throughout this summer window, because it's not ending anytime soon. But there we are. Thank you all so much for watching. As I've said, do let me know in the comment section below your thoughts and how you think, your own opinions on everything that I've discussed in this video so far. Caicedo, Lukaku, and everything else. Let me know down below. Do not forget, hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Check out the social media links. They are on screen for you right now. Links in the description. So head over there now and follow. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you later on for video number 2. So I'll see all of you tonight. Have a good rest of your day. See you tonight. Take care. And peace.